Alright, back out in the garage. You can hear I got the hillbilly air conditioning going because it's 80 some degrees here in Indiana. Tonight's project is something a little different. I've got a Firestone coil-rite air helper spring kit. I've already deflated the bags. Basically you take the valve core out, you squish them down flat, and then you put the valve core back in. I've got back tire, you can see the back tire is off the ground, so that is all the stretch we can get in the spring. So the next step is we will poke one of these bags up into that spring, and we'll be back.
Hey, where's your other cap at?
What other cap? Huh?
Your other cap. That inside stuff.
So I got my trusty assistant here, and he's asking questions I don't have answers for. We use that one. Did you look in the box? I don't know. You mean that one?
That's the one I just took off.
Well, then we had the other one when we put the...
Bet it's inside.
Anyhow, let me see this or not. We do have the spring, the airbag. Oh, get down here. Oh, that's a problem. We gotta get down. So the bag is in. We got the cap on top. He's working on making me look old. He's working on installing the inflation valves, and then we got to run the hose. Once we get the hose ran, then we'll have one of them hooked up, basically. So anyway, I'm gonna let him put the inflation valves in to get those tightened up, and then we'll run a hose, squirt a little air in it, and see what it looks like. I'll be back. All right. So we got. We had to do some surgery. We took the tire off, took the inner fender well off. They gave us room so we could get in and see what we're doing. Oh, I was going to get some pliers, tighten it up, but the bag is in. It's got this rubber puck that when we let the truck down, that'll set up in there, and then this up in there, and then the spring will sit against that. But we've got the line, you probably can't see it, up and over as much of the stuff as we can. The frame members and stuff to keep it away from the exhaust. We don't want to melt it.
So you're plugged in.
Yeah, we're plugged in. Hey, look at that. So, anyway, what's the next step? We're gonna shoot some air in it, or we let it down and do that later. Anyhow, so we're set up.
These are independent systems. You can do it either way.
We're set up, left, right, whatever. Anyhow, one down, one to go. Yay! Getting smarter as we go on this one. We just went ahead and pulled the wheel, mud flap, inner fender cover thing, and bags in, puck's going in.
I need a hose.
Got to get air hose. What'd you do with the air hose?
I only grabbed the one off the
table.
Will work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not here. Yeah, look there. Yeah, look there.
No, you didn't.
Well, I didn't throw it back there, you big dummy.
Light as shit.
Yeah, anyhow. All right, so we're going to get the hose hooked up and get it routed back here, pull air in it. And, one thing I did notice is the one on the driver's side has 15 psi of air in it. I'll see this when I zoom in. There's still a gap between the bottom of the bag and the...
What's going on?
So, anyhow, yeah, that's where we're at. So, we got a supervisor now. We got to get back to work. All right, so we had this side all back together. We put a little air to it, and we had leakage.
Yep. phone ringing.
You dropped my phone.
I did not.
The fuck you didn't. Pardon the language. Anyhow, we're back. I had to stop and start over because somebody messed with me a little bit and stuff. Anyhow, we got this put all together, and we had leakage at the factory fitting between this and the tube. We messed around, tried putting hose clamps on, didn't do it. Ended up cutting it off, sliding that tube back down on there. 15 psi, squirted her with some juice, no leaks. So we're fixing to put it all back together. Anyhow, yeah, that's going on. We're going all back together. So hopefully we get all this back together. Yeah, we'll go for a walk. Not yet. Yeah, we can just do it from there. You can see her down there. G Diesel's on the trailer down there. Tomorrow afternoon, evening, I'm hooking that tractor trailer rig on behind this truck so it can go to the farm Saturday. Anywho, that's where we're at. I was really wanting to have the airbags on it when I hauled that heavy tractor, and we're getting to. So anyway, yeah, I'll be back. All right, we're all done. Got everything hooked up. I think there's about 15 psi in both bags. From the back, she don't look too much different. From the side, she don't look too. Got to get on flat ground, but yeah, I think we're in business. We'll find out soon enough. Airbag project in the books. All right. So that looks like way out of focus. Come on, work with me over here. Yeah, or maybe fix it. So the day after the bag install, I put some miles on her today, down to a funeral for fellow mowing collector, passed away from cancer. Vince was a good dude. Anyhow, they had like 10-15 pounds of air in the bags. Didn't even notice it on the drive down, but I don't think that's, with no load, I don't think that's enough to actually get into the airbag. But I pumped her up to 50 psi earlier, and then we hooked onto the trailer, and the G Diesel is on there. And I was kind of concerned. It's hard to tell because of the armor yard's not real flat, so it's hard to tell. But anyhow, it looks like 50 psi is going to keep me leveled off pretty nice. I was worried about that California squat. I was going to call it the Minneapolis squat because, you know, Minneapolis mowing. Anyhow, so yeah, I think the bags are going to be nice. So G Diesel's up on the trailer. Got my little blocks because it's just a little too wide to fit between the tires. 2x6s with 1/2 and 3/4 ply. Make some nice ramps to get me up just high enough to get the tires up above the trailer tires. I do have a couple boards I'm gonna have to replace. Obviously, I think that maybe just one. I don't know, at least one to get ready for the 4th of July parade. When I got it, it had 750 18s on the front. That's one of the ones that was on there. Aired it up months ago. She's still holding there. I did put a set of 18 434s on the back with tubes. And this is 750/16, new old stock. You probably, that red right there, you may not, I doubt I'll be able to get in there close enough for it to focus in and whatever, but that's like the ink stamp for when they shipped it out. I got a pair of these off of Facebook Marketplace a while back. These are new old stock, shipped to it says Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, Territory 6200, Sharonville, Ohio, to Garadot Standard Service, 50 something Allen Street. No, I'm blank on, I can't read the name. Something Monroeville, Indiana. I got a pair of these. I mean, it does have some dry rot cracking in it, but I don't really care. It's kind of cool that, and it's the old school Goodyear that's got like all the diamonds damn near touching. That's some dry rot, whatever. Anyhow, I'm gonna see if I can find another rim that matches that rim and get the other one mounted up. It was probably just gonna have 750/16s instead of the 750/18s, because the 18s are John Deere rims, and well, we don't want to cross contaminate. So anyway, there's the old G diesel. Needs some work and stuff, but don't they all? But anyhow, we're gonna try and get her in the barn. I go get a tape measure and measure how wide her big old ass is. See if she'll fit in the spot, if she'll back into the spot we want to put her in. If not, we'll nose her in. Either way, she's going in the barn tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing how Cherry Bomb handles. I mean, she's centered over the axle, so the trailer's carrying, the weight of the rear end. I think I'm pretty good, really, as far as balance. We'll just have to see how the old 1500 does with, big old girl on there. I am going to, before the night's over, go get a bucket and a wrench, and I'm going to pull the plug out of her end and see how much water's in there. And I might even pull the plug out of the oil pan and see how much oil is in the oil pan, because there's no sense in me hauling 8 pounds to the gallon of water to go put it in the barn. So anyhow, I'll be back. All right, 66 U302 Super. While I was at the farm today, I snagged the front tire off the 445 that I stole when it had a bad tire and the 302 was apart. So she's back on all 4 of her wheels.